got several requests and going to go over some general stuff. Refines, gear, what gear to use, skill books, all that good stuff. So let's just jump right on in. I got a general I needed to add some books to, and we'll start with that real quick. Let me go down. Alright, this guy's the new range general you can get. And so go to the general. Y'all know how to get to the books. Hit the spot, and this is what you want to do. You want to go down, and you want to, first of all, I have no idea which books are going to work with him and what assistant. So I was going to make him the assistant to Electra. So let's make sure. I don't want to double up any books. So I go to Electra and I have attack, bonus, and HP. So I want to do range defense, march size, and march speed. So I come down here to him. We're going to do start at book 1 always. We'll do a march speed, march size, and a range defense. I already passed it. Right here. Alright, so I've moved my speed out. Let's add the speed back. And all 3 are in. That went pretty quick. It usually doesn't do like that. So now I got all 3 level 1 books that I want. Now I jump up to my level 4. And they're going to go right where they're supposed to go. Every time. Speed went on speed. Size went on size. And defense will go on defense. Just like that. So that's how you get the books. That's the easiest way to do it. And if you'll notice, all I have is 4s and 1s. Every time I get any 2 and 3 level, I dismiss. And I do it with the level 4 subordinate cities. I don't use them because I'm a lot of PvP player. So it doesn't matter. I just dismiss all these books and go into your items. And I think I have some that are open right now. These level 3s. I get a bunch of these when I'm doing relics, and I'll show you why. Let me open these up. And so if you get into the relics and you open them up, you're going to you'll notice that you get one level. You either get 1 level 4 skill book random, or you get 3 skill book pages, or I believe it's or you get 3 of the level 3 skill books, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's 3 level 3 skill books. So if you dismiss a level 4 right here, say let me find one with a lot. I'll dismiss the siege machine HP. I'm dismissing 1. I get 4 skill book pages. So I get 4. But if I dismiss a 3, I get 3. So if you get 3 level 3 books, that's 9 pages. So I usually pick those all the time, and I always just dismiss them. Dismiss, 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 all the way through. And also, I will always dismiss any level 4 monster books that are not mounted, because mounted is the only type that you're going to use against monsters, really, except pans. So this range against monster, I don't need it. Mounted troop, I'll keep. Ground troop against monster, delete. I don't need. Range troop against monster, don't need. Ground troop, don't need. Monster March Speed, don't use. Monster Respect, I don't use. And I'll keep all these loads sometime, and the gatherers, just because to add on your books for gathering makes it a lot quicker. But you go through, dismiss all these, and I just added about 70 or 80 skill book pages right now. Right there, I got 121 total. So I'll compose that, add it, and I just got 13 new level 4 books. And that's what I'm constantly doing. So right here, I would go and dismiss this level 4 gold, that range troop against monster again, ground troop against monster, and maybe even that ground troop load. I would dismiss those and redo them, recycle them, maybe get something better. So, and that's what you want to do with the skill books. And let's go through and I'll show you my generals and what. So on all my military, you never want to, all the military guys, PvP, monster, all that, for their skill books, you do not want to be putting on any of these load books. I see that a lot. These books right here, Stone Gatherer, Lumber Gatherer, or the Mounted Troop Load. Mounted Troop Load is just for gathering. It has nothing to do with your PvP. So these books right here, other than the monster, everything in development should only be for resource gathering. Subordinate City, same way. You just want these for subordinate cities, nothing PvP. And that's pretty much it on these attack books. I guess I could go through a few and let's just see. Oh, we'll talk about this too. They do stack. So if you have a mounted, if you're using a general to attack with, and he can get mounted troop attack against monster, and you can add on mounted attack, they do stack. You could add this mounted attack book right here, and you could add the other one. So, and once you do this and you add your books to your generals, you can come here, and this is where you see if they are going to work together. Nothing is grayed out, so they all work. Let's add a general where they are grayed out so I can show y'all. So down here, if you look at his main one, it says Glory Knot can take effect, or this skill is the same as the general's Glory Knight. So my Roland has Glory Knight, so his main skill is blocked with Roland's main skill. So these generals will not work at all. So if, let's go to another one so I can try to show you. I want to find one that has it. Let me see real quick. Give me 1 second. Alright, so this one, if you click on the skill, if you were to click on his main skill, on the assistant, and it's crossed out and it says this mounted troop attack, that just means that those skill books are clashing, or that my top general can't take that skill book with his main skill. So the assistant right here, as long as these two are yellow, are lit up, and when you click on them it doesn't say the main skill is blocked from the top one, then you can make them work. You just got to switch up the skill books. But it's really it with these skill books. They're just really simple. It's just knowing how to use them and which ones to put on. Now let's go over some gear. Let's go in here to the craft. So all this gear right here, King's gear, General, if you're PvP and you're fighting, you do not need to have any of these on. You want at the bare minimum Dragon, and if that's just because you don't have your keep up. But one of the downsides to dragon gear, they're very good for monster attacking, but PvP they're not so great. These Aki gear is a little bit better because it offers a debuff. So you want to look at that, and you need to look at what their sets do. So you have two Aki rings. One is enemy ground troop HP and enemy mounted troop HP. The other one is enemy range troop attack down. So let's look at the boots. I'm pretty sure. All right, so this is a good example. There's two pairs of Aki boots. One right here is enemy siege attack debuff, and the other one is enemy mounted attack and enemy siege attack. But at the bottom, if you look, in-city range troop attack. So this is one of the gear that you throw on your main wall general. That is increasing in-city troop attack. And all the Aki gear, I believe every piece, like except the ring, has an in-city buff. Here's another one. The Courageous has an in-city range buff, but the Fearless does not. So I usually use Fearless on my subordinate cities, and I'll usually use the Courageous on my main wall general, because the in-city troop defense does nothing if it's on your sub general. It's just affecting probably the troops in that sub, if it's even doing that. But we'll go over here to the armor, same thing. So I was doing some reading, and when you get to this point where you're upgrading equipment, they were saying, reports I was reading is that the effects are not that great. You're taking Ares and you're just making it a little bit stronger. You're taking Aki gear and you're making a little bit stronger. But because I don't spend a whole lot, I do go ahead every chance I get and I upgrade it. And you need to be careful though, because I have found out that when you go to upgrade, you could have a Courageous and a Fearless, and they will not match up. Or wait, hold on. No. I'm sorry. I repeat that. They do. I did find that out yesterday. I couldn't remember which one it was. So, if you, this general right here I use for monsters, and he has 4 pieces of the upgraded Ares gear, the Imperial gear. This one's the Majestic, this one's the Dominant, this one's just a spear, they don't offer a different one, and the helmet is Imperial helmet. So all of them though, if you look at the set buff, I got 4 out of 6, and that does mounted and ground troop attack and defense on monsters. So this is why Ares and the upgraded Ares to Imperial is very important for monsters. And let's talk, while we got some time, about this civilization equipment. I said I would go a little more into this. So if you look, you want to, I'll show you my generals just to give you an idea. I have on my range, and I see this a lot, people go in here, they'll have their range and they'll use the Sasnian ring, leg armor, and the helmet. And I'll show you why not. I'm not going to write this all down, but if you want to keep up, you can. With my Abyss helmet, I have a 40% range attack right there. And I also have the enemy range debuff and an enemy mounted debuff that's pretty high. Come down to my Thebes leg armor, I have another range attack, 35%. And I also have a good range troop HP. But you got to think about this. This is where your refining comes in. if you're doing sets like this and you're getting all this extra HP, yes, you want that extra HP, but at the same time, you're losing a lot of attack power. So I'm adding attack power with these different sets, but all I got to do is go down here to the refining, and I can give it, refine it all to HP. If I'm missing a defense, I can change these all, or can't change the defense, but if I'm missing the defense, there's nothing I can do. So I want this attack right here, and the same thing with the ring. I'm adding another 35% range attack. So you have the 35 plus 35 is 70 plus marching attack 40. So we got 110% attack just right there, not including the refine attacks down here. So if we go to this and we look at the Sasnian, I think it was the first one. Yep. So this attack right here has got 20% attack, and it'll go up a little bit when you start it. I think it goes up to like 30. So just say 30. Then we go to the leg armor. You go 20. That'll probably go to like 25. So you're at 55. And it was the helmet, sorry. And then another 30. So you're at an 80% attack. That's it with that full Sasnian set. Yes, you'll get that 2 range troop and HP defense, range and siege defense and HP plus 15, but you're literally, until you get all 6 of them, you're not even adding a good attack until the very end at 6 out of 6, and that takes a lot. It's mixing Civ gear most of the time is going to benefit you more, because you can pick which buffs that you want to enhance and which ones you don't. And then you also got refining, and then you get the advanced refining, which usually buffs or does buff all troops. It'll do all attack, all HP, or all defense. I'll show you under the advanced refining. My Rurik is all troops defense. My Bourbon Brazers are all troops attack. And my High-End helmet is all troops HP. So I'm going to be adding on there. So these sets, if you go to the Rurik set, that's the only one I would recommend. This is a good monster set. Get all 6 of these, and that's monster killing machine right there. But mixing or doing a full set on these other ones, I've seen it done on a lot of people, and their buffs are not as high as they can be. They should have a lot higher buffs. Alright, sorry to pause it for a second. So let me go back to general, and let's do let me just show you the refining real quick. We'll just go into it. I just did a lot yesterday, so I don't have a lot of stones or gems, honestly, right now. But I will give you a quick little rundown. This guy needs some. No, my mono needs some. So I got 4 siege generals. This one is my defense. He's a good defense general. And you can tell by this right here. Increases siege machine attack by 45 when general is leading the army. So that means he can be reinforcing somebody. He could be my wall general, or he could be attacking somebody and they work. But Palace right here, she is an attack only. So increases siege machine attack when she is leading the army to attack. So that means if she is reinforcing, then her buffs are not going to be working. She's not going to get this main skill. All she will get is, her gear or her skill books. So let me go back then. And him. Let's see, what do we have on here? All right, this is a good one. So I recommend always when refining to try to go for red or the orange or higher. So I start out early. I'm going to lock in that purple just to try to find another siege attack that's orange or a gold. And you just hit refine and then cancel if you don't like it, or confirm if you want to keep. So I'm looking for a siege attack, and I'm not getting anything good. So I'm about to be running out of stones. There we go. But if I found a gold or an orange percentage, you have to look at percentage. All mine right here are percentages. I do not want a flat. Well, I'm kind of going to be talking backwards. So if you're, let's just ignore the siege for a second. For range, for ground, and for mounted, you always want percentage. I've read some articles where they show that flats are actually better for siege if you're all the way up to T14. And I do have T14. So T13, 14, and 15, you're better off with percentage and not flats. So lower siege, you want flats. So I'm not going to say do this or that. Just worry about mounted, ground, and range right now. And with that, you want percentage. And on your wall, you want all flats. So if you're sending a general to attack, you want percentage. If you are defending your city, like my queen bee right here, you want flat refines.